Like, comment, and subscribe for more content. What is cooking? Good looking. Welcome back to the channel. Dude, we got some more Monster Hunter news, right? And it feels so good to say that because for most of this year, we were getting literal like breadcrumbs, like little mouse-sized portions of information about this game, right? Monster Hunter Wilds. And then now the floodgates are open, right? So we learned all kinds of things. We got a new trailer. We learned about an open beta. Dude, it's nuts. I love it. And I want to talk about this stuff. I'm really excited. But before we get into it, do me a favor, leave a like, subscribe if you guys like Capcom stuff. If you guys like Monster Hunter, help your boy out. I would appreciate it. But without any further ado, let's talk about this, right? So we got a new location, right? Like a new, it's almost like a second hub area, right? So this is the Everforge. It's basically a civilization built around, well, I don't even know how else to say it, a giant forge, right? Who built this forge? What are they forging? I have no idea. I don't think that information is privy to us yet, but whatever they're making, dude, maybe they're making Dragonators here. Like, what else could they be making, right? But the area around this, this Everforge hub area is called the Oil Well Basin, right? And this is our third area, our third map, basically, And the Oil Well Basin is really cool, right? And I say this not just because I'm a fire guy. Well, I mean, kinda. It's kind of because I'm a fire guy, I will admit. But basically, what the Oil Well Basin is, seemingly it is the runoff from the Everforge, right? So it's a huge like canyon and there's like an underground part and it's just filled with oil, right? And there's oil flowing from the cracks in the rocks and all this stuff. It's this big oily environment basically, right? And the time of plenty, that's what they call it. Basically when every map it goes through like a transformation. The Oil Well Basin, its transformation is that all the oil catches on fire, right? So it turns into this like giant lava area. It is the coolest thing. I love it, right? Man, dude. And then afterwards, after the the lava period, I don't even know what else to call it. We're gonna call it the lava period. Once the lava has cooled down and everything is back to normal, everything looks beautiful and vibrant, and then it gets oily again, right? So the cool thing about the Oil Well Basin is that seemingly the time of plenty, the lava period, it doesn't happen at random, right? It happens because they're using the Everforge, right? And the heat from the Everforge ignites all the oil, and that's how the fire. Dude, oh my god, dude, I love it. I love this stuff. It's incredible, right? So along with the new map and the new hub area, we got some new monsters, right? Because every area is gonna have a different group of monsters that inhabit it, right? And dude, we're gonna start with this thing, right? This is Rompopolo. Rompopolo. Do you see him? Do you look at him? Look into his eyes. That is a face only a mother can love. I hate this thing. Dude, I hate Kongalala, right? I made a whole video a week or two ago about a bunch of returning monsters, and I said I hate Kongalala. I think I hate this thing more, right? I think I found a monster that I hate more than Kongalala. Look at this thing. I hate it, right? So, Rompopolo, it's a brute wyvern, which I will say, I'll give Capcom their merits here, because Capcom, they have the brute wyverns, right? Like, Anjanath, right? But now they're kind of like messing with the the archetype, right? Because now we have brute wyverns like Rompopolo, right? Like Quamatris, who's a giant chicken. We thought he was gonna be a bird wyvern. He's not. And we got Rompopolo, right? So they're being weird with it a little bit. They're experimenting. That's the word I was looking for. So Rompopolo, man, I just can't get over how this thing looks. It's a bloodborne monster, right? I hate it. So basically, Rompopolo, it generates this poisonous gas that it can emit from its mouth, but also the tip of its tail, right? It looks like this big mosquito monster. By the way, Rompopolo, this is the monster that the cool Bloodborne Plague Doctor armor comes from, right? Obvious, just look at it, right? But anyway, Rompopolo, it has this like long, like stabby tongue as well. And while you're fighting it, it's going to be, trying to peck you and stab you with its tongue. But also it has this like spike at the end of its tail. So yeah, it's trying to poison you. But also it stabs the oil in the ground with its tail. And it injects it with oil, making these like poisonous gas bubbles erupt from the ground. That's kind of neat, I'm not going to lie. I hate Rompopolo. I'm angry that I'm giving it props right now. But that's kind of neat. I kind of like how that works, right? This is why I like Monster Hunter, man. But anyway, Rompopolo's neat. Well, I mean, he's fine, He's not what I'm looking for, I would like, some kind of big fire monkey or something. Bro. So this monster right here. Dude, I love how Capcom just casually dropped the best monster ever. Did you guys know that? Did you guys know that this is the best monster ever made? This is Ajarakan, right? And Ajarakan, he's a big fire monkey. Come on, dude, what? Big fire monkey Ajarakan? I love it. I love it. I feel like they made this for me, and I appreciate that. I was just complaining about how I hate all the monkey monsters other than like one or two, I feel like they made this monster in response to me hating Kongalala, and my love-hate relationship with Rajang, who I call Rajang, Like, dude, I love this thing so much. He's so cool. This could be the recency bias talking, but Ajarakan is my favorite monster. Just straight up. I love this thing. I love the fiery red shell. I love the blue face, right? There's some like blue highlights, right? This could just be the fire guy in me talking. It definitely is. But dude, it's a fire monkey. I love it. So Ajarakan, they come out when the Well Basin, when it's in the lava period, right? The fiery period, So they spawn, and basically Ajarakan, they how do I even explain this? Their body lights on fire. They ignite when they're moving around a lot, right? From friction, right? So they'll bang their chests, they'll roll around or whatever, and the more they move around, the more they ignite and light on fire. It is the coolest thing. I love it. I love Ajarakan. I hope the armor for this thing is good, or it looks cool. Something. Give me something, Capcom. I love this thing. I finally found a monster that I like off rip, Because, like, Ray Dow was my favorite monster so far, right? And he is pretty cool. But Ajarakan, just the moment I saw him, I'm like, oh, dude, this is my monster. So, moving on from Ajarakan and Rompopolo, there's one more monster they revealed. And it's this big octopus called the Black Flame, right? And the Black Flame is the apex monster of the Well Basin, right? And essentially, when the main characters, they light the Everforge, the Black Flame appears, right? And we don't know what this thing is called. We don't have a name for it. We don't know what its classification is. All we know is that it's a big octopus covered in oil, and it shoots fire from like those, those weird little, head holes on the side of, an octopus's head, right? It shoots fire from those, and it's called the Black Flame, right? And that's all we know, right? And it's the apex monster, right? I don't even know what to make of this. It's cool. It's unique, right? I love how Monster Hunter Wilds, they're bringing back, the weird monsters, right? Like, we got a bunch of monkey monsters, right? I love it, right? We got an octopus, right? We got a bunch of spiders, So, dude, I'm happy, man. I'm happy. But other than that, there's one more thing we did learn. There's going to be an open beta, right? There's going to be an open beta for Monster Hunter Wilds. And, dude, it's like, I think it starts the 28th. It's right around the corner, right? They're throwing us in there, and it's only going to last like 3 days. And then we're out of there, right? But this beta, it's going to kind of work like the Dragon's Dogma beta that we got, right? Where they throw you in there, and we basically get unlimited creativity with the character creator, right? Which is cool. Because it looks like, just from what we've seen, that they've taken a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of notes, we'll go with that, from the Dragon's Dogma 2 character creator, right? So I'm really happy. It looks like we're gonna have a lot of options, right? You can make a big, a wide boy or a big thick ass warrior lady, right? I like all of that. That's really cool. And yeah, guys, that's basically it, right? That's basically the video. What do you guys think? Right. Oh, one more thing. I did skim over this, but for the open beta, we get like a pendant or a plushie or something in the actual game, right? And we can carry our character over. But like I said, that's normal stuff. We kind of do that. But anyway, guys, out of the 3 new monsters that we got, who's your favorite monster, right? And why is Ajarakan the best monster ever, right? You don't gotta tell me why. I already know, right? He's a fire monkey. But yeah, guys, that's the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.